out. So, Shannon, scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust Russ to fill AD's void right now?
I trust him 0.
0?
And this is when AD wasn't playing like AD. Skip, if you go back and look at it, AD has not had a good season. AD has not played well enough, with the exception of maybe 2 games. AD has not played the way AD was supposed to be playing. AD was supposed to be the number 1 option. AD was supposed to be the leading scorer of this team like he was his first year in L.A. AD hadn't come close to that. But the last thing I want Russ is to do more. That's the last thing. You want a guy that's inefficient, that's turnover prone, doing more? Skip, he said something very interesting. I scratched my head. He said the game will dictate what you should do.
What he said.
So all these games where they say, Russ, don't turn the ball over. Russ, it's a 1-on-4. They got 4 guys back. And you go like a bull in China shop and throw the ball out of bounds. So the game didn't dictate that. So the game, Russ, you shooting 30% from the three-point line. Don't jack up. So the game didn't dictate that. Now the game where AD is removed, the game is going to dictate how he plays when the game is never dictated how he plays. He plays how he plays and then try to dictate how the game should be played.
Yep.
So I got no confidence that he's going to do all these great things. This notion, man, but Russ plays hard. Yeah, playing hard and playing smart are entirely 2 different things. And that's what I see. So the last thing that I want from Russ is a guy that's inefficient, a guy that doesn't play defense, with exception of maybe you get locked in as a 1-possession game. A guy that doesn't shoot the ball well. Guy that turns the ball over at an alarming rate to do more. No, I need him to do less.
So, Mr. Sharpe, when I read the quote you just referred to last night, I couldn't stop laughing because it's straight comedy. It's like a Saturday Night Live routine, and he uttered these words right after the game they had just lost on Sunday evening at Chicago, a game in which, he had 6 turnovers.
Right.
6 more to extend his NBA turnover lead to 141. 141. He is now 11 ahead of James Harden, who obviously has been shut down in the turnover quote-unquote race. This is horrendously bad. And the quote in question is the all-time self-absorbed delusional quote from a guy who just doesn't get it.
No.
He is, as my mother used to call me, bullheaded to the point that he can't see past the end of his own nose. All he knows is, I have averaged triple-doubles 4 of the last 5 years. I am a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer. I had Gotham Chopra, do a documentary on me that premiered just as my season was starting, as I returned home to be the starting point guard, the savior of my Los Angeles Lakers that I grew up living and dying for in the LA area as a kid. He has arrived in his basketball heaven, and he's so delusional that he very earnestly and straight-faced talked about how this is how I'm going to replace AD. You have to, as he said, you have to let the game tell you what to do. Let the game tell you?
So the game ain't been talking to him at all. The game must be can't talk anymore.
Can we see the falsehoods that the game was telling him on Sunday night? I got to see the 6 turnovers just from Sunday night. These are just the last 6, not all 141. This is just the last 6.
Okay, what the game say? What the game say here, Russ?
Tell him.
Throw it out of bounds.
Did the game tell you throw it out of bounds? Russ, the game told you not to miss that shot.
No, he pushed off Caruso.
Yeah.
What about that? What the game tell you?
Russ, the game's talking. The game says don't. Russ said do.
What about this one, Skip?
The game said don't throw that pass. There are too many red jerseys in the way. The game says, Russ, take it easy. Whoops. He didn't see Lonzo Ball. You said yesterday, Lonzo's trailing the play. He knew that.
Yeah.
And he trails right into the passing lane and easily intercepts the pass. The game always tells you what to do. Are you kidding me?
Okay, the game might tell you what to do, but are you listening? That's the question, Skip. Are you listening? Can you hear what the game is saying? And are you listening as the game is telling you what you should do? No, because this is the way I play. This is the way I've always played. And, Skip, it got me an MVP. It got me on the 75th anniversary team.
Yep.
It's gotten me 10 All-Stars. It's got me triple-doubles for the last 5 years.
That's
so
correct.
I've listened to the game, and this is what the game has told me how I should play.
Yep. And by the way, he's now averaging 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. He's still within striking distance of a triple-double this year for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you don't think he's sort of licking his chops now that AD's out? He's thinking, hey, a little more usage rate.
I don't know about his assist total going up, or his rebounding totals will definitely go up. But, hold up. AD getting by 18 shots a game.
Yep.
That means me and Ron going to divvy that thing up. So, that's a few more shots for me.
So Russell Westbrook has not only shot the heart out of this team, but he's passed the heart. He's turned over the heart of this team again and again, because all those are so demoralizing to a basketball team because they're relentlessly bad. They just keep going. I told you yesterday, 141 turnovers, about a third of the way through the season?
Yes.
I defy anybody to put a tape together of all 141 and tell me it's not the worst string of turnovers, the most embarrassing, humiliating, indefensible string of ugly turnovers you've ever seen in the history of this league.
Right.
And it's from a guy who's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Well, you can't win. You can't overcome it, because let's say he was a deadly shooter and he shot Steph like 3% from the three-point line.
Right.
He's shooting 31.4%. That ranks 140th of 159 three-point shooters. It's just not good enough, because that's bad enough without the turnover.
Right.
From the free throw line, he can get to the free throw line. His 65.9% from the free throw line, that's horrendous. That's like a 7-footer bad, you know? He ranks 103 of 104.
So he leads the league in turnovers. He's one of the worst three-point shooters. He's one of the worst free throw shooters. And somehow he's going to add what?
Well, he's probably in basketball heaven, because he thinks, I got this now. And yet, I checked the spread this morning, and Phoenix is coming to Staples Center tonight. Phoenix is favored by 7 points. And I'm thinking, that's impossibly bad. We know Phoenix has been very good, but you saw Phoenix versus L.A. last year. What was first round. And AD was in and out of the lineup, hurt or not hurt, and it mattered.
Right.
Because it felt like Phoenix got a break. Right? It felt like because AD wasn't able to go, that they got a huge break.
Well, Skip, I sure wish the game would have told him what Russ was supposed to do when LeBron was out. I guess the game wouldn't speak to him then. I guess the game couldn't talk. Because this is the reason why they got him. If LeBron misses time or he needs rest in a back-to-back, AD, this is what you got. So we're going to always have 2 superstars on the court. So whether one in or out, we got 3, but if one's in and out, we good to go. So, damn, I guess he game ain't talking to me when LeBron was out. So it's talking to me now, though.
I think he's hearing real voices in his head, and it ain't the game. So
we're in trouble, Skip.
Shannon Sharpe says he has a scale of 1 to 10, 0 trust in Russ, which is the number that he wears. And I always call him 0 for 0 rings. And I would agree with you. I would have 0 trust in him to replace Anthony Davis.
But, Skip, I am not willing to put all of this on Russ. Yes, Russ is what I thought he would be. I'm more disappointed in Anthony Davis's play than I am Russell Westbrook's play, because I knew exactly what I was going to get from him. So, therefore, I'm not disappointed. Skip, you can't disappoint me if I already know what you're going to be. Anthony Davis has been a disappointment, Skip.
And I don't know why. Because it's an effort, a lack of effort. Like he's not engaged, and I don't know why. I don't know.
Skip,
he just doesn't seem into it.
You saw Friday night, even before the injury. You saw how he was on offensive end. Skip, now he's turned into the worst outside shooters of qualified shooters in the NBA. His jump shot has abandoned him. Now, I don't know if he's gained too much weight and it's altered.
He does look a little thick to me.
And it's altered his shot.
Yep.
But Skip, AD mid-range game used to be money. AD shooting the ball now, I like, that ain't going in. That ain't going in. That ain't going in. And the reason why he's averaging slightly over 20 points is that he was leading the league in paint. Paint points, excuse me. But outside, so I'm not willing to put this on Russ. Russ is what I thought he would be. I'm more disappointed in AD's play this year than I am Russell Westbrook.
Really?
Because I already knew what Russell was going to bring to the table.
You just accept what he was and what he wasn't.
Just accept it.
Okay. This is an opening for LeBron to make a run at what would be unprecedented, an MVP in year 19. I will give you, he has been as great in year 19 as anybody has ever been.
Right.
Because nobody's been very great in year 19.
No.
I mean, it's not that hard, but he is playing still at a very high level, but not high enough.
No.
At this stage, he's about to turn 37 on December 30th, right? So we're getting close to happy birthday. But the point is, he can't sustain it. He can give you spurts of MVP quality play, but he can't sustain it for 4 quarters.
The thing is, Skip, I look at LeBron as Tom. Tom could still play, but a lot of it was being diminished because of the talent around him. You look at what they had in New England. He goes to Tampa and gets a Godwin. He gets a Mike Evans. He gets a Cameron Brate offensive line that protect him. So at this stage, LeBron needs, it is what it is. He needs more help. He needs Anthony Davis to be New Orleans Pelicans Anthony Davis.
Yep.
He hadn't got that. Russ is going to be Russ. Russ is going to be inefficient, turnover, high volume. That's what he's going to be. That's what he is, Skip. That's why I was saying I don't see how this worked even. But if anybody can make it work with LeBron, but I don't even see how he can get it to work.
Well, the odds makers are saying he can't because Phoenix is coming into your place.
And Phoenix is playing unbelievable.
Yeah, but they're 7-point favorites.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see the day that a LeBron team at Staples would be a 7-point underdog.
Considering what we going out there with, Skip, I'm surprised it's not 17.
I mean, there's still Melo and Rondo and
Skip.
Monk and
Is Monk out of protocol?
I don't know. Austin Reeves has become your closer, an undrafted rookie out of Oklahoma.
Skip, in spurts, though. I mean, you're asking, though, you were expecting to have Melo play somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. Melo up in the 28, 30 minutes. You're asking guys to play more. You're asking guys to give you more than what you were originally expecting from them. I don't think they thought Melo was going to be playing this much. Austin Reeves was going to be playing this much.
Nope.
Monk and those guys were going to be playing as much as they're asking them to play. LeBron definitely wasn't supposed to be playing no 37, 38 minutes. He was supposed to be somewhere around, I get it, he wants to play, but take 5 minutes off that. But he can't. I mean, he's playing these minutes, Skip. That's the only chance they have of winning, kind of like KD, and they brought Kyrie back to take some of the burden off him. They can't bring anybody to take that burden off LeBron because if LeBron's not out there, you know it goes to hell in a handbasket.
It does. They got Ariza back the other night. That helps defensively a little bit. Kendrick Nunn should be back pretty soon. Could help with a little offensive pop. But I don't know. It's not looking good because in Russ, I do not trust.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.